Welcome back to Chronicles on the Focus, the podcast where we delve into the fascinating lives of history's most captivating figures. I'm your host, Bob, and with me as always is the incredibly insightful Alice.
Hey everyone, and Bob, today's subject is truly a masterpiece, in more ways than one. We're talking about Caravaggio, the rebellious Renaissance artist who painted like a boss and lived like a rock star.
That's right, Alice. Michelangelo Merisi da Caravaggio. A name that rolls off the tongue like a perfectly aged Chianti. But before we get to his dramatic life, let's talk about his art. His style, described as tenebrism, was all about dramatic lighting. Think intense contrasts between light and shadow. It's so captivating. He didn't just paint pretty pictures, he created intense, emotional scenes.
Absolutely. His works are like mini-thrillers. Think, The Calling of Saint Matthew, the tax collector looking surprised and maybe slightly terrified, right? Or, Judith beheading Holofernes. Seriously, that's some intense stuff. But it's not just the drama, it's the realism. He used real people as models, often street urchins and even himself. Apparently, his young sick Bacchus might actually be a self-portrait, showcasing his own experience with illness. Can you imagine a more relatable artist?
And relatable he wasn't. His life was a wild ride. Born in Milan in 1571, he was a bit of a troublemaker. Did you know, Alice, that he actually killed a man in a brawl? That led to a death sentence and a hasty escape from Rome.
A real Renaissance bad boy. He bounced around Naples, Malta, and Sicily, always painting, always getting into trouble. His personality was as vivid as his paintings. It's rumored his death in 1610 was from a fever, but some speculate murder or even lead poisoning from his paints. Talk about a dramatic exit.
It's certainly a mystery. He was so influential, though. His work inspired artists like Rubens and Rembrandt, major players in art history. Yet, despite his genius, he fell out of favor for a while. It wasn't until the 20th century that his true genius was fully appreciated. Art historian André Berne-Geoffroy even called him the father of modern painting.
Exactly. So, next time you're at a museum, and you see that dramatic use of light and shadow, that intense realism, remember Caravaggio. He wasn't just a painter, he was a force of nature, a rebel with a brush, and a true master of his craft, even if he was a bit of a ruffian.
That's all the time we have for today's episode of Chronicles on the Focus. Thanks for tuning in, and remember to subscribe for more fascinating stories from history's most intriguing characters.